What's up, guys? How are you? How is your Monday? How is your supermoon so far? Because it's been making people act up today. Has it been making you act up today? Has it been making you act up today? It's just been a day. It's just been a fun day. We're gonna do some stuff and some things like we always do. I'm gonna figure out what bracelets to wear tonight. I've gotten to where I really like putting them on when I get on here just to see what it is that needs to happen. Does that make sense? What it is that I need to have, what you need for me to have, etc., etc. Just a friendly little reminder that there is no tolerance tonight. Also, if you are new to watching me and you don't know the rules yet, then let me tell you. I'm going to move you guys right here in front of the YouTubes. If you guys don't follow me everywhere, please make sure that you do. But, why was this just randomly going? If you don't follow me everywhere, please do so. You don't follow your favorite creators everywhere. Not just me, but all of your favorite creators. If you don't follow them everywhere, you should 100% do so. Because, I'm just saying, you never know. I think this one needs to go in between. There we go. There we go. Better. I like it. I don't know why me wiggling it was really going to make anything better. I cut the living daylight out of the top of my hand the other day. And I don't like it. It kind of hurts a little bit. That? Yeah. That. There we go. There we go. I feel like I need to be singing a Mr. Rogers song while I do this. Just a friendly reminder that there is no political talk in here. We don't talk about politics in here. I do not care what side of the aisle you're on. There are so many other places where you can go and talk about politics. It is not in here. Okay, the other thing is that we don't co-read, and you don't come in here and self-promote. You will 100% get muted and or blocked almost immediately. What else? What am I forgetting? Don't be a creep, because even creeps don't like creep. Don't like creeps. I'm frustrated. Can you tell? I'm flustered. I'm frustrated. It is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and start this thing up. Just like always, you guys can do these first few hand positions with me. TikTok, we're going to move you up a little bit here. There we go. I don't want that. There we go. All right. Just like always, you guys can do these first few hand positions with me. The only thing I ask is that when I say to take a deep breath, then you take a deep breath. And I noticed that a couple of you guys have already noticed my earrings. These are the Capricorn earrings made by Miss Scarlet Poppies. If you guys do not follow her on TikTok, etc., you 100% should. The girl is super talented. These are not just normal everyday Walmart beads either. They are phenomenal. I absolutely adore every pair of earrings that I have from her, but I felt like I needed to represent the Scarles Barkley over there. So, all right. Are you ready? Are you ready? The answer is yes. Just breathe every time I say breathe. Mods, this is your friendly reminder that there is a no tolerance policy tonight. If you guys come in and you are a jerk, you come in, you want to talk politics, you want to self-promote, you want to co-read, you want to do any of that bullshit, you will immediately be muted. There will not be any warnings for this. No warnings, period. All right, here we go. Ready, set. Let's see if that's loud enough. I don't think it's going to be loud enough. Y'all on YouTube will have to tell me if it's too loud. All right. Deep breath. Deep breath. adjusted better. There we go. The first chakra that we're going to go through, we're going to work on the root. We're not doing the earth star tonight. We're going to work on the root chakra, okay? So what I want you guys to do is I want you to focus on the bottoms of your feet, okay? Focus on the bottoms of your feet. Focus on all of the bullshit of this weekend, today. This super moon is super intense. Focus on all of that on the bottom of your feet, going into whatever it needs to go into. Okay? If I could adjust the is that better over there on YouTube? Let's try that. Is that better? We'll see. Sacral chakra. Yes? This one can make you just a tad bit nauseated. I already am a little nauseated today, so we are not going to do it very long, okay? Those y'all on YouTube, I'll have to fix it later. You know what? Let me pause and fix it now. That's the only thing that could be. Is that any better? We'll see if that's any better. If it's not better, then I don't know. Ready for the heart chakra? Do I use specific mudras on each chakra? Yes. And I love that you asked that question. Just breathe, okay? Just breathe. Of course, that was a great question. That was one of the more, I don't know, I don't want to say intelligent questions, but most people don't ask things like that. All right, ready for the throat chakra? I don't know if I am or not. I'm spicy, Bodhi. Ready for the third eye? Are ya? We're gonna do it a little different. Ready? I usually don't wear this sweater, and I remembered why, because it fits weird. Just is what it is. Ready for the crown chakra? The answer is yes. We are not doing the soul star tonight because it is a super moon. If y'all have not been outside to look at the moon, why? I will still be here. Ready? Breathe. That was super cute. Breathe. You almost made me yawn. Thank you, Finn. Kathy, thank you, Finn. Thank you for all the new followers, the new subscribers, all of the comments, etc. I love it. I love it. We're going to start with, what is it that you are letting go of? What are you letting go of? I know that we don't normally do this first, but that is what we're doing first tonight. And if you don't want to put in the chat what it is that you're letting go of, just put a 0. I hit you there. Just breathe. That's it. Just breathe. Ignore the trolls. Ignore all of the stress. Ignore all of the things that your brain is telling you need to do. Because guess what? We all need a break. We all need just a little teeny tiny break. That's it. Breathe. Breathe. Friendly reminder, moderators, there is a no tolerance policy tonight. If somebody comes in and they are being a jerk, they're being a troll, any of those things, instant mute. Even if it's just a couple minutes, instant mute. Okay? Not tolerating it tonight. If y'all want to be hateful, go do it somewhere else. All right. This supermoon, we're not going to take that one off. This supermoon is very interesting because this supermoon is in Aries, and this is also the harvest moon. We're going to move forward because I feel like we need fast. Am I right? What is it that you're harvesting in? What did you work really, really hard on this summer? What did you work so hard on this summer that you are not about to let it go? What is it you worked so hard on? I want you to brag on yourself. I want you to brag on you in the chat. Because even if you don't have anybody in your life that's proud of you, we are. those of you guys that may not want to put something in the chat, or you've already put your something in the chat, give somebody else this a comment. Tell them that you're proud of them, that you're proud of everything that they did and everything that they've accomplished. We all are going through shit. Everybody. It doesn't matter. And if there's somebody out there that is telling you that their life is perfect, they're a liar. We're just going to call it like we see it, right? They're a liar. If there's somebody out there that's telling you that everything in their life is hunky-dory 100% of the time, they are fibbing through their chiclets. They're fibbing through the chiclets. You and I both know that. Over there and are coming in too. Make sure that everybody over there knows that you're proud of them too. TikTok is the one with the trolley trolls tonight, and not YouTube. And not YouTube. Just saying. Again, guys, there is no tolerance. There is no tolerance. Okay? Any kind of mods, let me just say this. Any kind of rude, hateful, assuming comments, anything like that, mute. Immediately mute. If you want to come in and be judgy, cool, you can do it while you're muted. If you want to come in and be a jerk, cool, you can do it while you're muted. If you can come in and be a creep, cool, you can do it while you're muted. Love you. Nobody wants or needs that kind of bullshit, and if that's what you're about this evening, then you can move on to some other live stream. All right, last thing that's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Just saying. Mods, if you see any comment, screenshot the comment, screenshot their account for me, and we just need to start putting together videos of people being hateful. I think that we just need to start outing people. I don't care. I don't care. This is not the space for that. Go do it somewhere else. That being said, let's say that there's someone that needs to be yeeted out of your life. Let's say that there is someone that needs to be just moved on out of your space, out of your way, out of the idea of you. They just need to go the fuck somewhere else. I would love for you to put their initials in the chat. And if you don't want to put their initials in the chat, you can just put a 0. And we're going to move on to a fast song because we all love Bloodfest for this. Ready? Let go of. And if you don't want to put that habit in the chat, that's fine. You can put it as 0. just want you to breathe. You breathing? Because guess what we're going to do now? Now is the fun part. Now we are going to because it's the full moon, yeah? What are you manifesting? Hey, you don't want to put it in the chat. It's your lucky number. If you don't know what to manifest, have extra money. That's it. If you do not have water next to you, you better get some. start reading for the Zodiacs. My moderators will have a coupon for you guys. Breathe. You breathing? Big breath, deep as you can. want you to just take a big, huge breath. I'm going to kind of mute that a little bit. We're going to start reading for the Zodiacs here in just a minute. But I want to give you guys really quickly, because I see a lot of you guys have comments and questions about the moon tonight. Okay? So first of all, I'm going to read for the Zodiacs here in a minute and let you know kind of how this moon is affecting you right now, what you need to let go of, make a commitment to let go of, etc. But if you put your crystals out tonight and it's raining, if you put your crystals out and it's cloudy, it will still get everything it needs. Don't stress about it, okay? Don't worry if it's raining, if it's cloudy. In fact, if it's raining where you are, I am jealous, and please, please let me live vicariously through you, and you please collect some rainwater. Please. That's very powerful water right there. The other thing is this. If you have any kind of tools at all, such as cards, crystals, other divination tools, oils, perfumes, deodorants, body washes, hair brushes, earrings, rings, all of those things that you use on a daily basis, they can go in a windowsill. They don't have to go outside. They can go in on a windowsill. You don't have to worry about putting them outside for them to get run off with from little squirrely squirrels or whatever. The moon is as powerful as it is super powerful this evening. It is going to peak where I'm at in about 2.5 hours. So, well, where everybody's at in about 2.5 hours is when it peaks. Okay? So we're going to see how far through the zodiacs we can get before it peaks, because I want to go outside and light my chimney. I want to go outside and light my chimney. But just like always, you guys can sit and hang out and enjoy. I would love it if you guys would put something kind in the chat for other people. In case you guys didn't pay attention, it's really interesting that on YouTube, there's been less trolly trolls than on TikTok. Usually it's the opposite. But I want to say, if you guys want to continue to put something nice in the chat, do my favorite part. If you guys are new to following me and you aren't sure what my favorite part is, my favorite part is just you putting something nice in the chat. That's it. Because everybody is having a hard time right now. Everybody is dealing with bullshit. Let me see if I can figure out what is up with... It is down as far as it will go. Yeah, it's down as far as it will go. Did that help at all? Did that help at all? Y'all on YouTube are going to have to let me know if that helped at all. If not, we'll move on to... How is that? Any better? Better or worse? Better or worse? All right. So... The mods are putting a coupon code up right now. It is Feral Fall, FERALFALL. That is 22% off of tickets. Just saying. 22% off of tickets. Just saying. Just saying. Good. Everybody's saying a bit better. Good. Probably with the music off. That is what is cutting off the echo. So we're going to do a couple of things tonight. We are going to read for the zodiacs, like always. But I'm also going to pull one extra card at the end of what it is that you need to be letting go of or be open to letting go of. The reason that I'm going to ask you guys to be continuing to put something good in the chat, or, you know, when I come up to your zodiac sign, Capricorns, really? When I come up to your zodiac sign, put your zodiac sign. That is not the right card. Capricorns, seriously, y'all, I don't like it when a Capricorn can't make up their mind. And I've been reading for a long time, and so to see these cards doing what they're doing, I don't like it. But if you guys want to just put your zodiac in the chat when we come up to yours, put something amazing in the chat, something nice. Maybe you feel like it's something you needed to hear when you were at your lowest, or it's something that somebody else needs to hear. It's been a rough weekend. It's been a rough summer, let's face it. It's been a rough summer. But we're going to have a fun fall. We're going to have feral fall. All right, Capricorns, are we ready? I always start with Capricorn and I go all the way around the horn. I do that because my brain says number 1 goes first, and if Capricorn starts in January and January is the first month, that's where my logic is. That's where my logic is, okay? But I always go all the way around. My sweet little Sagittariuses are always last. I know. Y'all always give me the dagger eyes. But you can go back and watch this on YouTube. You can watch every one of your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising. That will give you an amazing overview of how this week is going to go for you. Okay? We ready, Capricorns? As a Capricorn, I don't know if I'm ready because it took a minute to get these cards out. We have the Leper King, which is bravery, self-discipline, and faith. Okay? I'm here for it so far. Then we have versatility. Then we have ascension. I'd rather not. I always get these weird ass, stupid ascension symptoms. And then we have withdraw. Okay. And we're going to save this card for last. This is what you need to be ready to let go of or be open to let go of as a Capricorn. Capricorns, this is I see why you guys had to have so many cards, because your week is kind of split up into thirds. Okay? Overall, your whole energy of the week, Capricorn, is you getting back to that self-discipline. When I said that it was a hard summer for everyone, it was a hard summer for everyone. Even the hard-headed workaholic Capricorns. How many Capricorns, show of hands, just didn't want to work this summer, which is out of character for you, right? How many of you Capricorns this summer was like, you know, I have vacation days and sick days and PTO and, you know, a mental health day? How many of you Capricorns found yourself in the weird spot of, I don't want to work? Capricorns are the workaholic sign of the zodiac. So if a Capricorn doesn't want to work, you know it was a hard ass summer. So Capricorns, your week is about getting back to that self-discipline of working, right? Of getting back into having faith in you, getting your legs back underneath you, getting your sea legs, right? Now, here's the thing. When we talk about these other three cards, you have the versatility, you have ascension, and then you have withdrawal. The first couple of days of this week, so today through probably Wednesday, Capricorns, just be expecting your schedule to change. Be expecting shit to happen. Be expecting, apparently my words aren't working. Be expecting for a bunch of this random shit. Now, every Capricorn in here just immediately didn't like me when I read that. Do you know why? Because Capricorns love to have 97 plans. A Capricorn wants to have every single plan in place. They want to make sure that they know what's going on. And if something goes off the rails, if it goes not according to their plan, they kind of freak out a little bit. So for a Capricorn to be versatile, a Capricorn can be versatile when it's on their terms. When it's on their terms, then they can be versatile, but not really any other time. So Capricorn, the first few days of this week, tomorrow, Tuesday, and into Wednesday, you're going to have to be really hardcore with the versatility, with making sure that you can go with the flow. Every Capricorn is like, I don't want to. I don't want to. Every Capricorn hates to get pulled off of a project. The middle part of this week, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, oh yes, that wonderful end of the work week, y'all are going to be going through a stupid ass ascension, and we're going to call it what it is, because even though ascensions are great, and even though there's a lot of things that you can do to help yourself on this ascension, let's face it, they're also hard. They're hard as fuck. They make you sick. They make you nauseated. They make you hate the world, and usually it's something stupid. Right? You stub your toe, you break a pinky, whatever it is. I'm not speaking that into existence, but Capricorns, everybody that has been through any type of ascension phase, you know damn well that this comes with a lot of physical things. And I don't know about y'all, but I've already cut my finger this week and I'm good. I'm good. I've already gone through feeling like I got hit by a Mack truck the last few days. I'm good. I don't need any more of this bullshit. But here we go. Here we go, Capricorns. Y'all are in ascension phase Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So those of you guys that have a Capricorn in your life, whether it's a significant other, a kid, whatever, just know they're going to be frustrated until Wednesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, they're going to be going through this ascension thing. So here's the thing about this. Capricorns, y'all are really going to hate me. Y'all are really going to be sending the dagger eyes. Just get ready. You might cry this week. Every Capricorn in here just went, no! You might. You might. this weekend, this is a hermit weekend for you Capricorns. It's a hermit weekend. Y'all are just going to want to withdraw, sit in your fuzzy blanket, eat your popcorn, work. And if you don't want to do that, then it's going to be working on your house, working on your office, working on your car. Capricorns, you're going to be withdrawn in a way that you are just like, you know, I don't want to do anything with anybody. Now, here's the thing. If you have a Capricorn in your life that's really close to you, right? Like roommate, best friend, significant other, kids, etc., they might actually, you ready for this part? Be a little snuggly. Capricorns are also like the porcupine of the zodiac. They don't want to be snuggly at all until they want to be snuggly. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Capricorns. Every Capricorn is like, shut up. Like, yeah, I just called every Capricorn out. Every Capricorn. But Capricorns, this is going to be a good week for you to kind of hermit a little bit. Just saying what I'm saying. It's just going to be an up and down week. Especially when you're getting back to the self-discipline of working. Are you ready to see what it is you need to let go of, Capricorns? This is what you need to let go of, or what you need to be ready and open to letting go of. This is where I say you can't make this shit up. Have I not, this entire read, been talking about how Capricorns are the workaholic sign of the zodiac? Have I not just said that? This is set. This card is short-sightedness, ambition, and narcissism. So, in other words, Capricorns, all of that crazy-ass ambition that you always have, all of those plans you always have 90 of, all of those goals that on your goal sheet you still have probably 247 that you need to do for this year. You need to be open to letting go of all of that crazy ambition, Capricorns. Some of you Capricorns are looking at me like I just stabbed you in the gut. I already know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying forever, Capricorns, but I'm just saying maybe for a little bit, let's be versatile and just kind of roll with it. I know every Capricorn in here is crossing their arms at me and going, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You're dumb. That's dumb. This is dumb. Every Capricorn in here is over there like this, pouting that they're not going to do anything. I already get it. I already get it. I'm mad at myself. As your fellow Capricorn, I am mad at myself with this. So, yeah. So, it's okay. But I do love, Capricorns, that you have this right here, which is bravery and self-discipline and faith. The bravery is a big thing, okay? Bravery is a big thing because Capricorns, this is one thing I do love about Capricorns. When a Capricorn realizes that they're being a little weenie dog, when a Capricorn realizes that there is something that they need to grow a pair and step out and do, it might take them a second, and then they're all in it. They will not only go and do the thing, they will perfect doing the thing. Am I wrong? Yawn number one. Am I yawn? Am I yawn? Am I yawn? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? So Capricorn, I want you to take this versatility as a challenge this week. As a challenge that you can overcome. I want you to take this ascension as a challenge this week that you can overcome all of these stupid ass things that go along with ascension. And I want you to take this withdrawal phase as something that you can overcome. Going to be an interesting week. Going to be a busy week. Going to be an up and down, back and forth, drive you up the wall kind of week. And be willing to let go of that ambition, Capricorns. I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to. All right. Stones for Capricorns. Sodalite. You know what? I'm going to say sodalite and lapis. And I know they both look almost like the same stone, but I think that those are going to be the two best ones for you Capricorns this week. If you don't have either one of those, Kambaba Jasper is going to be the next best one. So Sodalite, Lapis, Kambaba Jasper. Capricorns, I'm going to give you guys an interesting animal for the week. Y'all are the black cat. Y'all are the black cat. I'm just saying. Y'all are the black cat. Black cats have a specific spiritual meaning. By the way, if you guys want to fall down an interesting rabbit hole, go look up what the different meanings of the different colors of cats are. That right there. That one's interesting. All right. Where's my Aquariuses at? Aquariuses are a little easy drawing for them, getting things drawn. Somebody got paint all over my desk. I don't know who that would be. Some blue-haired lady. She can't use my desk anymore. All right, Aquarius. Y'all watch me shuffle. Y'all watch me shuffle. I want to say this. I did reads all day today for the full moon, and there were several cards that kept coming up. If y'all caught the live stream, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Lilith, Power, and if I remember right, it was Release. No, Reclaim. Reclaim. All came up repeatedly. Aquarius, just like the Capricorns, you guys also have the Leper King, which is bravery and self-discipline and faith. I find it interesting that, like, I had to shuffle a bit before I pulled this card out. Then you have the Death card. And then you have the Creator card. If this is not a Phoenix week. If this is not a Phoenix week. Aquarius, expect there to be some upheaval in your life this week. Expect there to be something that pulls out that bravery aspect of you. Expect there to be something in your life, in your path this week, that you have to pull your big kid pants up and really, really, really be the big kid. The Death card is something coming to a complete end. The Death card is all about there being a massive change in your life. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people see the Death card and get worried, get upset. And I'm not saying not to pay really close attention to it, because you should. What I am saying, however, is that this is the ending of something, followed immediately by the beginning of something. Now, here's the thing, Aquarius. What I love about this is this creator aspect over here. This tells me that once this happens, this whole ending, whatever this is, you're automatically going to flow into the creation of something new. I'm all about that. I'm here for that. You should be here for that. Aquarius, this is going to be a week where, you know what's funny? For a lot of you Aquariuses, I would say probably 95% of you, this Death card, you're not even going to realize that this happened. You're not even going to realize that this ending happened until you realize that you're here, until you realize that you are creating something new, until you realize that you're already in the midst of moving forward and creating something. it's not going to hit you that you've already ended the thing. So for those of you guys that saw this death card and you were stressing about it, absolutely, absolutely don't stress about it. This is where you should have a little faith in yourself, Aquarius. This is where you should have a little faith, bravery, self-discipline, and faith in you. It's really easy for you to go from this ending right into creating something new. I am going to draw one more card, though, because I kind of wish that this had given me a little insight as to what this is going to be. Connect to heart. Okay. Not quite the insight I was looking for, but Aquarius, this is going to be a great weekend. Next weekend is going to be a great weekend for you to spend time with the things and the people that you love. So as you're going through this Phoenix aspect, as you're going through this new aspect of, and that is the destruction card. That's interesting. I'm sorry. I just noticed. I was like, that is the destruction card. As you're going through this interesting new change, and we're going to call it that. Because at first it's going to seem like just a small change, and then it's going to be like just a big, I'm just saying. Aquarius, this is a really important week for you, but I don't think that you're going to realize how important it is until probably much, much later. But I want you to mark in your calendars this week, Aquarius, when this big shift happens. I want you to mark when this big shift happens, because I think in a few weeks you're going to look back and be like, that right there, that is when all of this started. That is when all of this started. In fact, I know you're going to look back and say that. It is going to be an intense week. It is going to be a good time for you to spend time with the people that you love and the places that you love and so on. Go get the ice cream, Aquarius. Go get the ice cream, Aquarius. All right. You ready to see what it is that you need to be open to letting go of? I know that was a little bit of a vague Aquarius reading, but you didn't see me on. But Aquarius, this week is going to be really, really important for you. Really important for you. It's just going to be one that you're going to look back at later on and be like, holy shit. Holy shit. The reason I wanted to do these tonight is because I wanted you guys to see what you should be open to letting go of. Okay? I thought it was really funny that the Capricorns had ambition. You ready to see what yours is, Aquarius? The Keeper of Whispers. This is curiosity and madness and forbidden knowledge. Apparently, Aquarius, there is something that you are trying to learn, trying to run after, trying to grab, either with that curiosity, or it has turned into an obsession, or you have this insane aspect of, I don't know, when I say forbidden knowledge, that isn't always some magical, mystical book somewhere. It could be forbidden knowledge of a relationship, you know, cheating, things like that. It could be somebody hiding money, like you hiding money. It could be, I don't know, it could be a slew of different things. So when you guys are really, really worried about what it is that you need to let go of, what is it lately, Aquarius, that you have been completely falling down the rabbit hole to try and get to? I'm just saying. Stones for Aquarius. It's funny, the Capricorn's reading was a little lighthearted. Yours was a little more serious. Stones for Aquarius. I'm going to say ocean jasper and obsidian. Ocean jasper and obsidian. Y'all are the snow owl. The snowy owl this week. Y'all are the snowy owl this week. Pisces, I need y'all to be cool, collected, calm. Just saying. We ready? The answer is yes. Pisces, you have Hades, which is equality, wisdom, and inevitability. I saw you guys over there. Let's be feral. No. No feral Pisces. No feral Pisces. No feral Pisces. I'm going to call time out on that manifestation. No. We're going to say no. Then you have manifest. I'm here for this. I'm here for this. And then you have the Magi. You have manifest and you have the Magi with Hades, which is wisdom. Oh, we have magical spiritual Pisces this week. Oh, we have amazing Piscesians this week. Oh, we have magical little shits this week. Everybody go get your Pisces friend. They're seeing through all the things. They're seeing through all the bullshit. Their intuition is on point. Ooh, Pisces. Pisces, y'all are just some magical, amazing people this week. The Pisces is the magic of the Zodiac so far. You are the magic. The one thing I want to say, though, Pisces, before we continue to go a little further with this, is you really need to be careful what comes out of your face, because this is the manifest card, and manifestation works every single way. So if you are over there talking about how you hope somebody falls off a cliff, I'm just saying be careful, because it might happen. Pisces, the Magi. Wisdom, equality, inevitability. I'm here for this. Pisces, this is a week where you just have this innate, magical, mystical wisdom. This magical, mystical wisdom. It's so funny. There's going to be a lot of things that pop up and you are going to have the correct answer to. Randomly. You don't even know how you knew the answer, but you just know the answer. You have the perfect advice at the perfect time this week, Pisces. I know that a lot of people, a lot of Pisceans are like, well, I don't though. Oh, this week you do. Oh, this week you do, my little squishy water bugs. I really got a bad accent there. My Oklahoman came out and I apologize. My little bugs. Pisces, this is definitely a week where you are on the ball. Why am I yawning so much? This is a time for you to get back to your spiritual self. This is a good time for you guys to get out, go do something, go somewhere that you've never been, explore. Unpack those crystals that you haven't seen in 5 years. I'm just saying, this is going to be a phenomenal week for you, Pisces. Just make sure that what comes out of your face, you're very careful with it, because that is manifestation. That is manifestation. Okay? Now, let's look and see what it is that you need to be open to letting go of, Pisces. This is the Lilith card. So this is instinct, animalism, and hunger. So Pisces, if you have been operating from a place of just pure instinct, a place of hunger, a place of just this type of energy, it's time to let this go, or let it be on the table to be on the chopping block, because apparently that is holding you back a lot. A lot. Yep, some of you guys that were here today when I was reading, you're like, there's that card again. I kind of figured it would be sooner rather than later when she'd show up. Stones for Pisces. I'm going to say citrine. lemon quartz, citrine and lemon quartz. If you can't find lemon quartz, then regular quartz will do in a pinch, but citrine and lemon quartz. Because, I mean, you should be happy while you're being magical little shits, yeah? Yeah? Y'all are the giraffe this week. Y'all are the giraffe this week. All right. That brings me to Aries. My wonderful little Aries, and this moon is in Aries. Where is my Aries gang at? Y'all have never heard of lemon quartz. You haven't been watching me very long. This is a lemon quartz bracelet that I usually wear a lot. It's a little bit on the heftier side, as you can see. So I do have to be a little bit careful, but this one right here is fantastic. A lot of times the lemon quartz you guys are going to find are going to be heat treated, or they're going to be man-made, and that's okay. That's okay. It does look like lemon head candy, doesn't it? All right, Aries. All my Aries gang. All my Aries gang. Y'all's cards came out like that. You have the Eternal Servitor, which is hope and yearning and incompleteness. Okay. Then you have Patience, which I almost wanted to just bust out laughing, because no Aries I have ever met in my life is patient. Maybe some of the older ones. Thank you, Victoria. Maybe some of the older ones, but that's about it. And then you also have the Death card. Oh. Aries, there is somebody around you this week that is going to get their just desserts. There is somebody around you that is going to get their karma. Y'all have been waiting a long time, Aries. Y'all have been waiting a long time for them to get their bullshit, and it's going to happen this week. It's going to happen this week. It may not be something where you get to be there immediately and witness it, but it will definitely be something where if you're not witnessing it, you are hearing it immediately and seeing the aftermath of it. I know every Aries in here is over there doing the Mr. Burns, like, excellent. I know every one of you is doing that. I know every one of you is doing that. The Eternal Servitor, though, let's talk about how your week is actually going to go on top of that. You have hope and yearning and incompleteness, patience, and then the Death card. This week, Aries, is going to be one, and it's probably already started today with this full moon, that you're really looking at all of the things that you've accumulated. And a lot of these things are people, situations, etc. They're right there in the front. You're considering them hardcore about what you should do with them. I'm not saying that you put too many things on your plate, Aries, but maybe you put too many things on your plate. Why am I yawning so much? That's the third yawn. Aries, this is going to be a really intense week for you. It really is. It'll be more intense in here than it will be on the outside. But it's going to be an intense week because you're going to be looking at all of the things that are incomplete, all of the things that you've been working on really, really hard, and the things you haven't hardly worked on at all. And this is going to be a week where you need to pay attention and you need to look at which ones of those things can you cut out? Which ones of those things can you let go? Can you give to somebody else? Whatever. There's going to be a lot of things this week, Aries, that you really have to look at. Do you have the time, the space, the patience, and the energy to let that project continue to sit on the shelf? And if the answer is no, then you need to figure out what to do with it, where to send it, what you know, who to give it to, whatever. And I know that is going to be hard because you're a cardinal sign and you like to have things. Cardinal signs love to have things. Just saying. Just saying. Let's look and see what it is that you need to be open to letting go of, Aries. The caretaker of the loss. So this is assistance, memory, and respite. Apparently, Aries, there is a memory sitting there right in the forefront of your mind, continues to sit in the forefront of your mind, and you can't let it go. You can't let it go. Guess what? That is what you need to be open to letting go. Whether it is a way of feeling, whether it is a way of thinking about somebody, whatever it is, there is something specific, Aries, that you have been fighting that you need to be ready to let it go. So far, I've made almost every zodiac sign mad except for Pisces. So I feel like I'm on a roll. I feel like I'm on a roll. Stones for Aries. I'm going to say black tourmaline. You know what? Black tourmaline and smoky quartz. And silver is going to be a very good metal for you. Okay? Oh, I got the Han Solo. Or is that Luke? I don't know. I don't know what animal to give you guys. I really and truly don't. You know what? Y'all are the hippopotamus. Y'all are the hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. All right, Taurus. See how I didn't forget you? See how I didn't forget you? See how I didn't forget you? That's Luke. It just, the shadow looks like Han Solo. That's all right. Luke is good too. Oh, I didn't draw you 2 cards, Taurus. Apparently, you don't need to let go of anything, which for letting go of something for a Taurus is like horrible torture. All right, we ready? We ready? Yes, I know I'm a Vader girl too. You have never seen me and Darth Vader in the same room at the same time. I'm just saying. I did find a Darth Vader. I had a 12-pack that had the Darth Vader Cokes in it, and I put one of them up. I'm that nerd. All right, ready? Y'all have the Exile, which is strategy and we have strategy, failure, and trauma. Before I go too far down that thought, before I turn these over, I really don't want pity party Tauruses this week. I don't. I'm here for petty Tauruses, but not pity party Tauruses. Boundaries. Surrender. We have pity party Tauruses this week. I love you, Tauruses. I do, but we have pity party Tauruses. In other words, Taurus, this is a week where you are looking at every single perceived failure and you're thinking about what is your part in it. You're looking at all the things that have ever happened that are really bad and you're taking all of it on yourself. And it's not, and here's the thing, for those of you guys that have a Taurus in your life, it's not going to matter what you say. It's not going to matter what you say. They're going to take everything as their fault because I love you, Tauruses. I do. I love you, but y'all know you do it. You overthink everything. You think that everything is your fault, no matter. It could happen on the other side of the world when you were asleep. You don't know anybody that happened, but you feel like it's your fault. But you feel like it's your fault. You're going to be hardcore setting all the boundaries this week. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Taurus. Some of us love you, and we just need proof of life, bitches, okay? Just send a little wave, just send a little picture letting us know that you're still alive, okay? We get it that y'all need your alone time, and we get it that y'all want a hermit, and we get it. I mean, the Capricorns are kind of in hermit mode this weekend. We get it. We get it. We really and truly do. But here's the thing, Taurus, is we just need to know that you're kicking, okay? We just need to know that you're alive. That's it. We just need to know that you're alive. Here's the thing, Taurus. Normally, I would kind of be making fun of y'all for this week. I would. I'd be going, oh, we have pity party. We have the pity party crew. But, this is the surrender card. And I actually think that this pity party right here is something that's needed. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of the surrender card. The surrender card is giving in and addressing anything at all that you think is wrong, is perceived as wrong. This is going to be a week, Taurus, that you need to be very honest with yourself. The strategy, the failure, and the trauma, you want to be very, very honest with you, Taurus, okay? Because guess what? Every one of us, we can all see it. We can all see it. We don't need you to be honest with us. We need you to be honest with you. Now, for some of you guys, it's just going to be that you need to come clean to your best friend that in 7th grade you stole their flip-flops or something like that. For others, it might be something more serious. But I'm just going to say, Taurus, this overall is going to be a hermit week. It's going to be a pity party week. Y'all are going to be looking at everything you ever failed at in your entire life. If you have a Taurus in your life, know that they are in this mode. Know that there is nothing you can do. Just make sure that they eat. Most Tauruses will make sure that they eat anyway. They're not going to miss a meal, especially a good meal. But Taurus, you need to make sure that you are taking care of you, that you're taking a shower. You still got to do self-care with the pity party. I'm just saying. I saw somebody say over here on TikTok, I was feeling ambitious before this stream. A pity party and looking at your failures, looking at what you perceive are your failures, looking at traumas, looking at strategy and things like that, especially on a full moon, is actually a very healthy thing to do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the full moon and the new moon are full of manifestation energy and new beginnings. Okay, so let's talk about the full moon. The full moon is full of manifestation energy. And by using that to look at things that you need to change, that you need to let go of, that you need to do differently, by looking at those things, I promise you, you're going to come out on the other side of this week much bigger, better, badder, stronger. I promise. Okay? So hold on to that ambition. Don't let it go. You don't have to let go of the ambition, but know that this is going to be a week where this is where your mindset is. Okay? Okay? This is what you need to be. Did y'all hear that? There's been weird shit happening in my house. Not that there's not always weird shit happening in my house. I don't know what just happened. On the top of my desk, I have this, okay? It's a lid from a little jar that I have up there. It's sitting up here, right? And it's sitting where the end of the monitor, the little stand comes. It's over that. Well over it, like an inch. It just slid forward. That's what that was. It just slid forward. Like somebody went like that. Let me finish this for the Tauruses and then we'll talk about weird shit. All right. I put it back up there, so if somebody pushed it, maybe they'll push it again. I would be thrilled if they did. This is what you need to be open to letting go of, Taurus. This is Danu and the mother of creation. This is ferocity and creation. So you want to be, the ghost is a Taurus too, I'm sure. You want to be open to letting go of that ferocious aspect of the need to create something new right now. Now, when I'm saying what you need to let go of or what you need to be open to let go of, all I want to say is this: it doesn't have to be forever. I would never tell you that you need to let go of your creative aspects forever, but sometimes we need to be open to letting go of things that are holding us back. And whenever we are in this mix of, oh, I'm going to create this and this and this and this and this, we get sidetracked from, you know, actual things. I'm just saying, Taurus. So, stones for Taurus. I'm going to say Labradorite and Amethyst. Lab and Amethyst. I want to give y'all Eeyore this week, but that's not really an animal. Y'all are the zebra this week. I don't know why, but that's what, yeah. All right, Gemini, where is my lovely little sweet, innocent Geminis at? Every Gemini just started laughing when I said that. Every Gemini. Everybody that's ever known a Gemini. I love you, Geminis, but y'all can randomly go off the rails really fucking quick. Y'all can randomly go off the rails really, really fucking quick. All right. I'm waiting for it to happen again. So, this weekend, my cousin Camille was in, and she stayed at my house, and I don't have an extra room right now, so she slept on the couch. She stayed on the couch. And it was really funny because both mornings, Saturday and Sunday, she was like, there are weird sounds in your living room. And I said, what do you mean weird sounds? She said, it sounds like somebody laughing or something. She's like, it's not your cat. You know, she's like, the cat will be curled up with me, or I can see the cat curled up in the floor. It's not the cat. And you know, both dogs sleep with me. And then this morning, Camille said that she had been hearing these weird noises in the ceiling upstairs. I don't know why there are always weird things that happen in my house. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right, ready, Geminis? Y'all start off with Erewhon, the master of the great hunt. So this is authority, natural balance, and the hunt. All of my mods that were planning to come and visit me are like, I'm not going down there now. And then you have higher perspective. Okay. And then you have the creator. We have some really powerful Geminis this week. I don't know, Geminis, that you've ever had a week where I said, y'all are really just powerful this week. But you are. Not only are you looking at the balance of everything, where things in your life need to be balanced out, but you have the authority to tell shit to kick rocks. This is going to be a really powerhouse week for you, Geminis. I love this. I love this. I 100% am all the way in on this reading. Because not only do you have the master of the great hunt, somebody who is looking for all of the amazing things. Somebody who is all about the natural balance. This is actually the Celtic god of the underworld. Someone who is looking at the natural balance of things. But you also have somebody that has a massive amount of authority. And then you have higher perspective. So as you're looking around this week, Gemini, you're really going to be looking at your entire life and sitting thinking, what is it that got me here? Why am I here? Think about it. What got me here and why am I here are two completely separate things. Two separate questions. But you're really going to be looking at everything in your life, around your life, etc., with such a new filter that I think it's going to make you feel a little nuts at the first until you have those crazy epiphanies like this. And I think everything you set your mind to this week, whether it's thinking about it, trying to think through it, trying to work through it, or whether it is you actively doing something, there are going to be a lot of epiphany moments that happen. When these epiphany moments happen, these higher perspective moments, that's when this creator energy comes in, Gemini. And what that does, what that stands for, what that is, and why it's so amazing is that you already have looked at everything, why it's balanced, why it's not balanced. You've looked at your higher perspective. You looked at why you're doing this, why you're doing that. And now you're ready. So like this weekend, you're going to be ready to do whatever it is that you need to do, can do, etc., to harness this creative energy. I love it. I'm totally here for it. I think this is fantastic. This is 100% a very, very powerful week for you, Gemini. This is a great week for you to look at what it is you want to do going forward, at manifestations, at learning, at taking classes, enrolling in classes, ordering a book, whatever it is. This is a phenomenal week. This is a phenomenal week. Let's look at what you need to be open to letting go of or letting go of. You ready? Oh, this is the martyr. This is shame and honesty and restitution. And this is something every single Gemini I have ever met, ever in my life, has a martyr complex. Every one of you. Every single one of you. I don't know why. Every single one of you. Let it go. Let it go. Just saying, Geminis. Stones for Geminis. Blue apatite, fluorite, and clear quartz. I gave you 3. Blue apatite, fluorite, and clear quartz. And y'all this week are the Jaguar. Y'all are the Jaguar this week. Whatever color you choose to be. Y'all are the Jaguar this week. These have been some interesting-ish reads. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Interesting-ish reads. And then I'm going to drop cards. Okay. Where's all my lovely little Cancer babies at? Where's my lovely little Cancer babies at? I was sitting here, and part of why I got a little distracted is I was trying to think, when did I start calling y'all my little Cancer babies? When did I start calling y'all that? I know it's been a couple of years. It's been at least 3 years since I started calling y'all Cancer babies. But I don't mean it in a mean way. I just started calling y'all my little Cancer babies. Where's my little Cancer babies? I don't know when that was. It's been a while. It's been a while. Look at the Cancers showing up. Look at the Cancers showing up en masse. Yeah, it's been a few years. It's been a few years. I was just sitting here trying to remember what it was that made me start using that term of endearment for you. I have a problem with y'all. I surround myself with Cancers and Tauruses for some reason. I don't get it. Well, I know why. Cancers and Capricorns are always drawn together because they're opposite in the zodiac. So they make great friends, they make great relationships, etc. But all right, you ready? You ready, Cancers? Ooh, you have Nyx. This is secrets. It's vigilance. It's subterfuge. It's all of the things in the night that nobody really wants to talk about. Nyx is an interesting goddess. Nyx is the goddess of the night in the Greek pantheon. She's more than that, but she's a fantastic She's like super secret night spy goddess. Does that make sense? Every Cancer in here is just like, yeah, yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be like a dark energy week for Cancers. Not in a bad way, not in a feral way. But sometimes you just need that Lilith, Nyx, hell energy. And I think that that's exactly what we got, Cancers. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out. And then you have share wisdom. And then you have soul work. Yep. 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 Cancers, you guys have Nyx, which is secrets. Did I not just say that? Subterfuge. Vigilance. You know those secrets you've been carrying around, Cancer? You know the ones you've been carrying around? Maybe it's time for you to spout them out. It doesn't mean that you need to go and confess you took a piece of bubble gum when you were 4. Okay? Doesn't mean that. The secrets that you've been keeping in here, the things you've survived, the things that you've walked through with your head held high, those feelings that you've had for your boss. I mean, maybe have another job lined up before you tell your boss really how you feel about him. But you know what I'm saying. This is a week that you need to let those things out. Let those things go. Okay? This is not shadow work. This is something different. This is actually letting your throat chakra be open and speaking those things. Because here's the thing. I know, you Cancers. I know. I've been married to 2 of you. I've been engaged to 2 others. I have a problem with y'all. I also raised one. My mom was one. I have a problem. I know y'all like the back of my hand. In fact, I probably know Cancers better than the back of my hand because of all of that. But here's the thing, Cancers. Y'all all keep a lot of stuff to yourself. Y'all are super open and super friendly and super charismatic and everyone loves you. But there's a lot of shit that you hide, right? There's a lot of shit that you hide. And a lot of times, Cancers, you will sit back and let someone else take the limelight because you just, you don't want to make a fuss. You don't want to make a fuss. There's a lot of wisdom in that little Cancer brain of yours. There's a lot of wisdom in that little Krabby Patty brain of yours, Cancer. And this is the week that you need to be giving it out. You need to be giving it out. The other thing is this, and this is soul work. This is not quite shadow work either, because y'all have been doing a lot of shadow work lately. Y'all have already been doing it. Even though Nyx is the night and secrets and so on, when you think of the night, when you think of the magic that happens in the night, do you really think about shadow work? No. Shadow work is usually the best done. It's best done in the day anyway, so you can see the shit. There it is. 4th yawn. This is soul work. This is you actively taking steps to grow as a person, Cancers. I know. All the Cancers are like, I don't want to. This is your active choice. Cancers. When you take steps to grow as a person, this is a lot different. Than shadow work. This is you taking steps to be more. Does that make sense? This is you taking steps to be more. It has a bee on it, and bees not only represent hard work. Why am I yawning so much tonight? Soul work, etc. They represent honesty. They represent being open. They represent the soul itself. Okay? I'm really curious to see what it is that you guys need to be letting go of or open to letting go of. I find it interesting that y'all also have creation, motherhood, and ferocity. Y'all also have Danu over here. I find that interesting. What the hell, Cancers? A couple of the signs tonight I've been yawning with. Why is nobody else sleeping? I haven't been sleeping very good. Just weird show of hands. How many people aren't sleeping very good lately? Moi. Moi. Probably why I'm drinking Coke this late at night. I would say and coffee, but the coffee is decaf. So I can't even say anything about that. Cancers, you need to be open to letting go of the ferocity that you used to have with those little crabby pincers. With the share wisdom, with the night, and with the soul work, this is a week of intensive change for you, Cancers. This is going to be a week, this moon is affecting you really deeply, and this is going to be a week of you being out of your comfort zone. This is going to be a week of you really letting go of that ferocious, I'll pinch your head off kind of Krabby Patty aspect. This is going to be a week of just, I don't want to say exposure because that's not it. You still have your little hard candy shell. But it's a week of you letting go of some of those hard line stances that you've always had. Okay? It's going to be a good week. Don't think it's not. It's going to be a good week. But just know that you're going to catch yourself doing some interesting shit. And then going, why did I start doing that? Stones for Cancers. I'm going to say rose quartz. I'm going to give you 3. The last 2, so rose quartz being the main one, and then black tourmaline and smoky quartz. Okay, the reason I gave you those 2, one repels negativity and one sucks it in. So whichever one you feel you need in that moment. Okay? Whichever one you feel you need in that moment. It's hard for me to figure out which animal to give you. Y'all are the blackbird. Not the crow, not the raven, the blackbird, okay? Leos, you really got to have 2 cards of things to let go of. Of course you do. You got to outdo everybody else. Y'all are the blackbird. All right, Leos, are we ready? I find it interesting that y'all had to pull out two cards when it comes to what you're letting go of. Two cards. Aw, thanks, Aussie fan. I appreciate that. All right, Leos, you have Jenny the Maid, which is humility, championship, and disillusionment. I find that one very interesting. Then you have shadow. And then you have sacred schmexuality. And then the one I drew and put on top of that is transmute. Got it. Got it. I'm not going to lie. When I saw the Jenny the Maid, the Jean the Maid, and then I saw the shadow, I thought, oh no, we have upset Leos. I can't deal with that because both my kids are Leo. I can't do it. I can't do it. But that's not the case. Thank all the gods. That is not the case. Leos, this week is going to be one where you're going to have some tough shit happen. Okay? There's going to be a lot of shadow things that come out. There's going to be a lot of realizing that, you know, maybe you hurt someone's feelings, or maybe you should have done this or that. There's going to be a lot of really highs, you know, with, oh my God, I'm so fantastic, and look at me. And then a lot of lows with, oh my God, I really hurt this person. There's going to be a lot of these things like that. There's going to be a lot of shadow work that comes up, Leos, where you're looking at things like, oh shit, you know, man, when I was in high school, I was really like XYZ and I really should have been like ABC. You're going to be doing a lot of this overthinking, which I know every Leo in here is like, bitch, I already overthink. You ain't telling me nothing new. This is going to be a week where you're overthinking stuff that you haven't thought about in a long time. You're going to be overthinking things that are so far on your back burner that you have no idea where the back burner even is anymore. I feel bad because I looked over and Zeus is staring in my door at me. I feel bad. One thing I want to say is this. When it comes to these words, these shadow things that are really trying to dig themselves in your brain, and when it comes to the sacred sexuality aspect, all of those things, you are a powerhouse when it comes to transmutation this week, Leos. So let me talk to those Leos that are attached, okay? You Leos that are attached, that you have a significant other, etc. Get some Gatorade, get some crackers, get some vitamins, get whatever it is you need, because transmute that stuff in that physical way. You know exactly what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. Drink all your water. Drink your Gatorade. Do the schmixy magic. Do that kind of stuff, okay? For those of you Leos that are single, you need to pay attention to your sacral chakra this week, okay? There are a ton of great free meditations on YouTube, guided meditations, frequencies, etc. You need to be paying attention to that, because that is what's going to help you transmute some of those feelings that are stuck in there and turn them into fuel, turn them into power. But Leos, this is going to be an odd week for you. You're just going to feel kind of off kilter a little bit, right? You're going to feel kind of weird, like you don't know where your feet are supposed to go on the path. I promise you can figure it out. I promise you can figure it out because you're smart. You're smart asses, but you're smart at the same time. At the same time. And then, of course, you have to have two cards. Two cards of the things that you need to be open to letting go of. The first one is Anubis. Oh, this is preservation, neutrality, and obligation. Leos, where have you been taking on too much shit? Be open to get rid of some of it. Be open to get rid of some of it. And this is the Keeper of Whispers. This is curiosity, madness, and forbidden knowledge. You've been overextending yourself, and you maybe have been dabbling in stuff, magical and non-magical, that maybe you shouldn't be. And this is the time to go, you know what, I'm going to back out of this because I feel like I'm in over my head. So look at some of those things, Leos, and figure out where you need to back off of things. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I love that too much emotional shit for me. I'm over it. It's not funny, but it is at the same time. It's not funny, but it is at the same time. All right. Stones for Leos. I'm going to say Tiger's Eye and Red Jasper. Tiger's Eye and Red Jasper. Y'all are the dragonfly this week. Y'all are the dragonfly this week. All right. My little Virgo-esque Virgos. My little Virgo-esque Virgos. All right. All right, Virgos. Here we go. First of all, y'all were very open and short and sweet with the cards, and I'm here for it. Hades. Wisdom, equality, and inevitability. I find it interesting that this card came back out of the deck. And then you have the Sage. And then you have Ancestors. Okay, Virgos. Okay, Virgos. Virgos, this is 100% a week for you to get back to doing all of the magical shit that you used to do. This is the week for you to go through and dig out all of those holiday decorations that were grandma's or Aunt Joe's or Uncle Fred or whoever it was. This is the week for that. This is the week for that. You need to go and you need to get all of those things out, because here's the thing. You surrounding yourself with photos, with items, with whatever traditions that your ancestors had. I don't know why I'm wagging the card at you. That your ancestors had. This is going to ground you. It's going to connect you, and it's going to make you feel, just going to make you feel better. I know I'm reading these backwards, but the Sage and Hades, which is wisdom. And what is a sage known for? Wisdom. Virgos, if you have not been putting stuff in your brain to make your brain continue to work and be smarter and be bigger and be faster, then this is the week to do it. If you have been thinking about taking classes and you haven't yet, this is the week to do it. If you have been thinking about picking up that book that you started reading a year ago and then just sat down beside your bed, this is the week to do it. This is a week to get that self-discipline back, Virgos, because this, starting off with Hades, that is a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline. Can you imagine how much it takes to run the underworld with the river Styx? Can you imagine that? That's a lot. That's everybody that ever passed away comes through the gates, goes across the river. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? That's a lot. That's a lot of discipline. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It's a lot of organization and it's a lot of discipline. So you need to be looking at all of the wisdom that you have gained up to this point in your life. There is something specific with the main theme throughout your life and what it has been that are going to help you connect not only with the ancestral aspect, but back with you. And some of you guys are like, well, how do I know what the main theme of my life is? When you're telling somebody stories about your life, what are those main themes? Do all your stories revolve around fights you had in grade school, elementary school, high school? Do all of your stories revolve around shopping with your mom or your aunt? Do all of those stories revolve around something extracurricular after school? Do you see what I mean? Do all of the stories that you would tell someone about your life, do they all revolve around a specific thing? They do. I'm just saying that. They do. But what is it they revolve around? Okay? That's how you're going to figure out what this wisdom is and how you've come about it. This is a very interesting week for you, Virgos. I don't really want to continue to talk about it because I feel like y'all understood what I was saying. I said what I said. Y'all understood what I was saying. The other thing that I do want to say about this week and these three cards is that nobody really needs to know what it is that you're brain bending about. Does that make sense? Nobody really needs to know. People are going to be asking you, oh, penny for your thoughts. What's going on? What's going on? Are you okay? Or whatever. Yes. Bitch, I'm fine. I'm fine. But Virgos, I don't know why I feel the need to tell you guys to keep it kind of close to your chest, but keep it close to your chest, okay? The people that need to know are on a need-to-know basis. And here are the things that you need to be open to letting go of. Now, this you can't make up. This you can't make up. This is Char on the Ferryman, and guess who takes people across the river Styx, which is in the underworld, where Hades rules. You can't make this up. Not one time, ever, in my 5 years, almost 6 years of having these cards, have I pulled both of these together. I'm just saying what I'm saying. This is where you can't make this shit up. This is the Ferryman, and this is focus and need and transition. Pay attention to what it is that you're trying to transition with. Pay attention to what it is that you're trying to focus on and can't, Virgos. Those are the things you need to kind of back up just a little bit and say, oh, okay, let me take a look at this differently. Stones for Virgos. I'm going to say moonstone, black moonstone if you got it. And jade. The lighter the color of jade, the better. weird. I want to give you the the crocodile and the elephant. We're going to go with the elephant. Y'all are the elephant this week. All right, Libras, are we ready? Maybe. Maybe not. There we go. Maybe not, Libras. It's taken me forever to get anchor cards, and when anchor cards do pull out, there seems to be a ton of them, Libras. I don't like it. I don't like it. To get mentally prepared. I'm just kidding. This is the caretaker of the lost. So this is assistance and memory and respite. And then you have the Magi. And then you have manifest. Okay. Okay, Libras, I'm not going to lie. When I saw this caretaker of the lost down here, I thought, oh, Lord, at least it's not Pharaoh, Libras. But here's the thing, Libras, this assistance and memory. And then you have the Magi, and then you have manifest. Libras, you have to open your eyes. You do. You have to open your eyes because there is someone that is close to you that's taking advantage of you. And the reason I say that is because of the caretaker of the lost card. You need a break from all of the things with... I knew that was coming. With relationships in general. You need a break from... And even if this is just an hour of turning your phone off. You need a break from everyone calling you for everything. You need a break from your family calling you for every little thing, from your friends calling you for every little thing. You need a break, Libras, because all you've been doing is taking care of everybody else. All you've been doing is being the caretaker of the lost. And that's done. That's done. Okay? You are very powerful this week when it comes to your words and your personal magic. Very powerful this week. Okay? What you say, what comes out of your face is going to manifest. Might not be immediately, but it is going to manifest, Libras. So be careful what is coming out of your face. The other thing is this. This is the Magi. The Magi knows the shit. That's why there's an eye up there. The Magi sees things. The Magi is a seer. So you couple the Magi energy with the manifest energy. That's a lot, Libras. Be really careful what you say, what you do, what you're all about, where you're going. Be really careful. Just be really careful. This is not a week for big decisions. This is not a week for going, you know what? I really want that new Jeep. Or, oh, you know what? I really want that new house. This is not a week for that. This is not a week for that. So if you need to have somebody take your wallet and put it in witness protection for a week and a half, that's fine. I don't care. But this is not the week for big decisions, especially big money purchases, Libras. Okay? Especially big money purchases. Manifest all the money. Get ready to buy the thing, but don't buy the thing yet. Okay? I'm dying to see what it is that you guys might need to let go of. This is Genie the Maid, and this is humility, championship, and disillusionment. Oh, I'm sorry. It's community, not championship. Libras, this is going to be a good week for you to hermit a little bit. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but especially with the manifest and the Magi and all that, it's not what you wanted to hear. But here's the thing. It's what you needed to hear. And by keeping yourself at home this weekend, Libras, it's going to help you tremendously. I promise. It's going to help you tremendously, whether it's that you're there for a phone call that you were worried about missing or something else. But this is a very, very intense week And just remember that everything that comes out of your face hole, Libras, is manifestation. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Stones for Libras. I'm trying to give you guys easy ones so you can find them easier. I'm going to say Dalmatian Jasper. And then I'm going to say opal. Any color. Any color of opal will do. Okay? Because a lot of times you can find green opal at the shops. Whatever opal you want to use. Y'all are the crocodile. It took me a little bit to get the right animal. Y'all are the crocodile, not the alligator. The crocodile. Okay? Just saying. The opal is Libra's birthstone? Really? I actually didn't know that. What? What? Interesting. All right, Scorpio, are we ready? We've got Scorpio and Sagittarius. Scorpio are trying to pull way too many cards because Scorpios. You're trying to pull way too many cards and you're flinging cards at me. I don't know what I did to you. I didn't do nothing, man. I didn't do nothing. And they fell weird, so we're going to leave them the way that they fell. All right, Scorpios. You have El Shaddai, which is wisdom and paternalism and kindness. Kindness? Got a T on it. Kindness. I am having the worst time with my words today. Sometimes it's really funny. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's funny as fuck. But it's not funny right now in this moment. Y'all start off with El Shaddai, which is wisdom and paternalism and kindness. And then you have patience, which fell out whopper-jawed like this. That means that it's doing this, whopper-jawed like that. And then you have this next card, which is really, oh, okay, really whopper-jawed, which is ask Bodhi like this. We're going to turn that over here in a minute. I forgot. Scorpios. You've got regular card, whopper-jawed card, whopper-jawed card. In fact, this one's more whopper-jawed than the first one. This is a weird week for you, and this is a week where you feel out of sorts, Scorpio. I'm not saying that kindness is out of sorts, but it is in a way. Being overly kind to strangers, helping them out with stuff, doing a lot of things that you can just to be nice. I'm not saying you Scorpios do things for bad reasons, but just to be nice. Your patience is actually like a little higher, and you're starting to be worried about your health for some reason this week, Scorpios. This is a week, go ahead and make the doctor's appointment, go get a physical, make sure that your anxiety is okay, all right, with it, because I know that y'all Scorpios get something in your head and you can't get it out until you hear all of the experts tell you why yes or why no. But here's the thing, Scorpios. This is a very interesting, weird week for you. It is. You are going to feel kind of off kilter. You're going to feel a little just off in general. It's just going to be a weird week. Okay? Just know that it's coming. Just like your hair randomly sticking up in places. Just know that it's coming. Okay? Just know that it's coming. The other thing that I want to say about this, Scorpios, is that the Ask Bodhi card, don't ignore this. Because of the fact that this fell out first, it's whopper-jawed, which means it's moving up like this, okay? Don't ignore that. If you feel like there's something going on with you health-wise, Scorpio, go to the doctor. Go get checked out, okay? Don't sit on it. Don't ignore it. Don't put it on the back burner, because I know you will. I see you. I know you will. Scorpios. Well, let me talk about those. Let me talk to those of you guys that have Scorpios in your life. The Scorpios are going to be acting odd this week, and you're going to think that there is something wrong with them, or there's something wrong with your friendship or your relationship or whatever. There's not. They're just off kilter. This moon has really kind of got the Scorpios off, just off. Okay. So Scorpio, if you have been feeling just weird as fuck today, yesterday, etc., unfortunately it's going to continue for the next few days. It's going to continue for the next few days. But at the end of this week, I think that you're going to have some answers to a lot of questions that you've been asking the universe lately. I'm just saying. Y'all are really going to be having some answers to questions you've been asking the universe lately. I'm dying to see this other card over here. I started to turn it over and then turned it right back. I know that it's kind of orange, so I don't know because there are several cards in this deck that are kind of orange. So I don't know what it is, and I'm dying to see it. So we're going to turn it over and then we're going to talk about it. So this is what you need to be open to letting go of this week, or be ready to let go of it. This is the Abaddon card. This is malice, pestilence, and corruption. So any areas, Scorpio, that feel corrupt in your life, this is what you need to be open to letting go of. Okay? The malice and the pestilence, have you been being mean lately? I mean, yours is pretty straightforward. Have you been being mean lately? If so, maybe you need to let go of being mean, being hateful. Have you been sick lately? Or have people around you been sick lately? Or have you been wishing that people would be sick lately? Just know that pestilence is a thing, and you need to make sure that that is not weighing you down either. Scorpios, it's just an odd week for you. It just is. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just odd. And just know that you're going to feel off kilter this week. I just find it weird, Scorpios. You never ever pull cards like this. This moon just has everybody jacked up. We're going to blame it on that. We're going to blame it on that. We're going to blame it on that. I love that a lot of you Scorpios are like, yeah, it's already been a weird weekend. Stones for Scorpios. Petrified wood. Y'all need your asses grounded back down to where they need to be. Petrified wood, jet. Petrified wood, jet, and prenite. I gave you those first two. Both of those are very, very grounding. If you have one, cool. You don't really need the other. Okay? I'm just saying. Y'all are the spider, Scorpios. Y'all are the spider. All right, Sagittarius, are we ready? My sweet, lovely little Sagittariuses. And then I want all of you to go outside and look at the moon. That is your homework for tonight. Go outside, even if it's just for a second. Go outside and look at the moon. All right, Sagittarius, are we ready? I know you are. The answer is yes. You have the caretaker of the lost, which is memory and assistance and respite. And then you have the sage. This card has come up a lot tonight. And then you have the warrior. Okay. Wasn't quite sure what was going to be going on with that caretaker of the lost. Sagittarius, you, I can't believe this is about to come out of my mouth. Are you ready? Sagittarius, you are the adult of the Zodiac this week. You are the adult of the Zodiac this week. You are the caretaker of the lost. You're going to find yourself... You're going to find yourself being drawn toward friends that are having a really rough time. You're going to be finding yourself drawn toward people in general that are having a really rough time because either you've been exactly where they are and you can offer them good advice, or maybe you've got an extra $2 or whatever it is, Scorpio. Sagittarius, you guys are 100% the adult of the zodiac this week. That is weird for me to say because I've known a lot of you Sagittariuses, and I know that you're not really a big adulting person. None of you are. Adulting people, you know what I'm saying. But you have equal parts this week of the sage and the warrior. The sage is the person that knows all the wisdom. The sage is the person that kind of has it all together and is doing the things, knows the things, can go, oh, tomorrow at 7 o'clock, it's going to be this. And, like, y'all know all the things. And the other part is this, the warrior aspect. It's like the mother, the sage, and the father, the warrior. You guys are very balanced this week. You have a lot of this amazing divine feminine and amazing divine masculine. And with this warrior aspect, you're also drawn to the friends that are broken because they need somebody that is going to help them, to help defend them against whatever the fuck is going on in their life. Now here's the thing, Sagittarius. Okay, here's the thing, Sagittarius. You're going to have to be careful with this energy right here. You're going to have to be really careful with this energy right here because this is going to get you fired up, especially when it comes to taking care of people that you love, that you feel like are lost or broken. You're going to be ready to stand up to them, slice and dice whatever it is you need to do. And I know damn well when you Sagittariuses are standing up for somebody that you love, somebody that you care about. I already know. Well, I thought it was my dog that I saw. Yeah, I saw something out of the corner of my eye, but I thought it was my dog, but at the same time something blocked out the light right there, and the only way something would block out the light right there is either if they were in between the porch light and my door, or my office door and my front door. So I don't know. Yeah, so we're just, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Is what it is. Sagittarius, just be really careful with that warrior energy because you can take it too far. I know. No Sagittarius has ever taken anything too far. I know. When I said that, you guys all just rolled your eyes. You were like, not me. What is it that you need to be ready to let go of this week, Sagittarius, or let go of with this full moon? Secrets, subterfuge, and vigilance. Because no Sagittarius has ever kept secrets from anybody. Never, ever. There was that wonderful yawn again. All right, guys. I know this has been a weird zodiac. I know that this has been a weird evening. I know it's been a weird day. I know this moon, everything's weird. We're just gonna call a spade. Everything's weird. Everything's weird. It is what it is. It is what it is. Stones for Sagittarius. I am gonna say aventurine and carnelian. And those two go really well together. Aventurine and carnelian. Y'all are the reindeer. Christmas colors and reindeer. We're ready for season. All right, guys. For those of y'all that are watching on TikTok, thank you so much. Please make sure you follow me everywhere. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, again, thank you very much. Make sure you follow me everywhere. I am on all the things. The Book of Faces, the Gram of Instas, the X marks the spot, the Pinterests. I text Sass something I did the other day in the new house that I was really proud of. I said, look, I made a Pinterest. And she just started laughing. I didn't post it because it wasn't something that nobody needs to see. But anyway. I love you guys. I will see you later. I'll see you tomorrow and Wednesday at 11:30 live both on YouTube and TikTok. We'll be doing some past life readings. I haven't done them in a while. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, guys. I will see you then. I'll see you then. Go.